Bob Shea is the president of Wingra Stone Company, a position he's held since 2006 on the same land his family has owned for decades.
We've been quarrying limestone rock in a quarry in the village of McFarland since the 1960s.
They provide materials for state construction projects, selling mostly to government bodies, including the Department of Transportation, the City of Madison, and Dane County.
And we produce materials for construction projects, which builds the infrastructure in this town.
In 1991, the State Historical Society identified the existence of Native American effigy mounds on Wingra Stone's property. They cordoned off a 3-acre area and added the mounds to the state catalog, which marks the existence of human remains.
So at the time they cataloged, they provided no evidence whatsoever of human remain, and yet they cataloged it as a site with human remains.
Shea says that the State Historical Society never verified the existence of human remains before putting the site on the catalog, which has blocked the company from using that land.
We have been working for literally 2 decades to try and find a amenable solution to the problem we have. Our contention is that the mound does not have any human remains, and that is the key point that needs to be determined here.
In 2011 and 2013, a researcher at the University of Wisconsin Extension conducted ground penetration radar studies, neither of which identified human remains. Wingra Stone Company has proposed a variety of solutions, such as moving the land to an area where it can be enjoyed.
They're in a protected area, they're on private property, they're in an active limestone quarry, they're under federal regulation. They are not available, and we could make them available recreating, and yet that was not something that they were interested in. No one can enter this quarry, no one can go and enjoy these mounds, nobody can study them, there's no access to them. And we now have quarried around the mounds on all sides, and they literally stand in a peninsula about 50 feet above the quarry floor on all sides around them. This is what we do, and the community uses our products every day.
Shea is now looking for a legislative solution since the court process has taken over 20 years. Assembly Bill 620 would allow owners of cataloged sites to investigate those sites for human remains. If no evidence is found, the State Historical Society would have to remove the site from the state's catalog. Shea and the bill's co-authors have faced opposition from the Ho-Chunk Nation and other Native American groups, who say that Wingra Stone is forgetting about Wisconsin's past.
We're not interested at all to defame or deface any of their artifacts, but I guess we do need to answer the legal question here, and that question is simply, are there human remains here? And that has not been proven. And frankly, we've disproven it to a very significant extent with 2 different ground penetrating radar studies, which show no conclusive evidence whatsoever of any human remains.
Unfortunately for Wingra, AB 620 has not been scheduled for a vote in committee. In January, Republican leadership said that the bill was unlikely to pass this session. With the legislative session rapidly coming to an end for the year, so does Bob Shea's hope for a common-sense solution to his 20-year struggle with bureaucracy. For the MacIver Institute, I'm Ola Lisowski.